I'm sure you must have heard people say this before, that the lifespan of work is longer than the lifespan of an individual. What that means is that there is not a singular person that can finish any work. If you check out the things you're working on right now, you would notice that a number of people have started it before you were put on it. The same way you are going to hand over that work to another person. One of the things that has created overwhelming stress and anxiety for a lot of people is the illusion that they can actually finish work. Now, one of the things I've come to realize is that it is never possible for you to finish work. Whilst you can finish a task, you can never finish work. So instead of driving yourself to finish work, your goal should be to finish a task. My name is David. I'm the founder of the Focus Life Movement and your high performance coach. And in this video, I'm talking about the third step that you need to take in getting your life back. In the first two videos, I spoke about the things that you need to do. The first thing was that you need to break down your responsibilities and your roles so you know the things that are important to you as a person. The second thing I spoke about is that you need to track your time so you can know where your time has been going into. If you missed out on those videos, please check out my Instagram or my YouTube channel to watch them so you can have the foundation necessary for this third part of the video. Now, let's assume that you've already done the activity in the first video, which is to break down your roles. You have done the activity in the second video, which is to track your time and you know where your time is going to. The third thing you need to do is to design what I call a time map. Now, your time map is simply a creative way of dividing your time within the responsibilities and the roles that you have to perform. Now, remember that I spoke about the fact that there is an illusion that you can finish work, right? Now, what I'm saying is that you cannot finish work, you cannot finish a task. So what you need to do is to divide tasks into the time that you have available. This is totally different from what you already understand about time planning, creating a to-do list and all of that. This is not a to-do list, this is not a time map and all of that. This is not planning and all of those things. This is a time map that tells you specifically what you should be working on Monday, what you should be working on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, depending on depending on all the roles that you have, such that you don't have yourself pursuing one so much to the detriment of others. Because the way a lot of people live their life is that they invest a lot of time, a lot of energy in a particular work with the mindset that let me just finish this one. Now, guess what happens? Because they invest a lot of time in a particular work, by the time they've done it to a point, they discover then that every other thing that they have left, has already gotten to a point of deadline. It's already a point of urgency. Fire is already burning. I'm reminded of people that are focused on work and becoming great in their employment that they left their family or attended. And by the time they are coming to pay attention to their family, their kids have already become wayward. A lot of things have gone bad, because they have not done what I call a time map. Some other people focus so much on family that they forget about work. Some other people they focus a lot about the places they are volunteering, that a lot of other parts of their life is suffering. I remember a friend of mine that was so engrossed in church activities that her family began to suffer. Her career suffered a lot, and she was unable to function. The goal that you're supposed to have is that when you look at all the functional areas of your life, every part is taken care of. And that is the big reason why you need to come up with your time map. Alright, so if you want to design your time map, there are three major things that you first of all need to understand and take note of. The first thing is the consciousness of the opportunity cost or the alternative forgone for everything you are doing with your time. Let me give you a very practical example. Right now, I am recording this video and there is nothing else I can do with this time because I'm here recording the video. Now, every other thing that I can be doing at this time that I am not doing are the alternative forgone for the time I'm investing in this video. The same thing goes for you. The time you are spending watching this video is an alternative that you are foregoing for a whole lot of other things that you can be doing or that you could be doing with your time. So you need to begin to think about it consciously every time. What is the alternative that I'm foregoing? What is the opportunity cost of the decision I'm making on how to spend my time? The time I've decided to spend with my family, what's the alternative cost for it? The time that I've decided to spend in the workplace, what's the alternative cost for it? I mean, what is the opportunity cost or the alternative forgone? The time you've decided to spend with your friends and your family, what are the alternatives that you are foregoing? What is the opportunity cost? One of the things I actually like to say to people is that what is the cost of the life that you have created so far, right? What is the cost? For some people, for them to achieve the success they have today, their health is the cost. For some other people, for them to achieve quality time with their kids, their work is the cost. For me, I think there's a way you can live your life where none is suffering for the other. And that brings me to the second point that you need to take note of, which is the principle of all for all as against one for all. Let me explain what that means. All for all as against one for all means that you are taking care of all the functional areas of your life at the detriment of none. One for all means that you focus on one area of your life at the detriment of others, so much that it is visibly clear to you that some other areas of your life is bleeding and is suffering because you have chosen to focus on one. So you need to move from the perspective of one for all to all for all. The third thing that you need to take note of and understand as you begin to plan for mapping out your time is the concept of the owned time versus mortgage time. I will explain that. Owned time is a time that you have at your disposal that you can use for whatever you desire or whatever you want. Mortgage time is a portion of your time that you have already given out to people, either by virtue of your commitment or your promises to them, or by virtue of employment, and some people are paid for that time. So let's say you are working in 9 to 5. The truth of the matter is that the amount of owned time you have is lesser than somebody that is in business, right? If I commit to you that I'm going to do something for you at 10 o'clock today, that time is no longer owned time. I've already mortgaged it to you, right? So the more owned time you have, the better it is for you to habitate and plan your life. The more mortgage time you have, the lesser control you have on your life. So as we go through life, one of the things we should strive for is to increase the amount of time that we own so that we can plan more versus the amount of time that we have already mortgaged out to people. Now, how do you do that when it comes to increasing your own time? Is that you need to learn how to buy time with money as against buying money with your time. I'm going to explain what that means. So let's assume that I decide that I should wash my car by myself. What that would mean is that I'm using time to buy money. Because let's say maybe I'll pay somebody that wash that car 1,000 naira. So instead of paying that person the 1,000, I want to keep the 1,000 in my pocket. Then I'll spend my time to wash that car. That is the principle of buying money with time. But if I decide that I want to pay somebody so I can use that same 1 hour for something that is a lot more beneficial to me, that would mean that I am using my money to buy time. As somebody that really wants to optimize time and get the best out of life, you should learn how to buy your time with money. There are a lot of mundane activities that you have no business engaging in. If possible, give somebody your laundry to do for you. If possible, look at those things that doesn't require any expertise from you, doesn't require a lot of them, and just pay somebody to do it. Let me give you a very practical example again. So let's assume that for these videos that I'm doing, I can decide that I want to learn how to shoot the videos myself. I want to learn how to edit the videos myself. I will learn it, I'll become good at it, and I'll do it myself. But that would be me buying, money with time. But instead, I'm thinking about it, instead of doing all that, why not pay somebody to shoot? Why not pay somebody to edit? And that way I can convert that same time into doing some other things that I cannot have somebody do for me. There are some things that you need to do in this life that nobody can do for you. That is what you should spend your time on. Now, just to recap, I spoke about the 3 things that you need to understand and know before you design your time map, which is number 1, is that you need to understand the concept of opportunity cost of time and the decisions of how you're spending time. The second thing is that you need to move from doing one for all as a into doing all for all. And then the third thing I spoke about is the consciousness of increasing your own time and lessening your market time by buying time with money. Now that you have a good understanding of these simple principles, now is the time for you to design your time map. Now, what does it look like? You remember that in the first video I told us to come up with our roles and responsibilities. Now we are going to be using that now. So what you want to do is look at all the roles that you have, all the responsibilities that you have outlined, and then map them out into the time that you have. But of course, before you can do that, you need to first of all take count the times that you have marked it out already. So if you have promised that you'll be coaching somebody every day for 1 hour, there is nothing you can do. You have already given that time out. You cannot plan with that again. If you have a 9 to 5, you have already pledged your time to your employer. You cannot you cannot plan with that time again. So the only time you have left is the one that you own, right? So go back to your time map now. Identify your own time and then use that to create a map that reflects a definition or a division of time amongst all the roles and responsibilities that you have. You might find it a bit difficult at first to begin to live, within that, where you say, I'm only spending 1 hour on this. The moment that 1 hour is over, I shut down and I move to something else. But trust me, by the time you do it consistently for like 2 weeks, it will bring stability across different areas of your life. And before you know what is happening, you would less find yourself in that place of urgency, in that place where everything is almost like fast-paced, to a point where you are actually in charge and in control of your time. If you want to know more about this, then I would ask that you reach out to me, because this is a whole lot that I'm just trying to bring to you in a short frame that you can at least have something to use. But if you desire to know more of it, please reach out to me. And if you missed out on the first and second video, please check out my YouTube channel, or my Instagram, so that you can catch up on it, do the exercise, and come back to this one and do it. I trust that this has been really beneficial to you and you have picked up 1 or 2 things. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, share the video, like it, and then subscribe to my channel and follow me so that you can get more quality videos from me. But until then, I trust you to live a focused life and go make magic happen. Cheers.